Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie say...
Opened in 2001, it lies on the same site and retains the name of the city's beloved former stadium. We're here at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. Has this at the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
They go play action on 1st. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Raiders 1st. Rattler to the air now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Plowing up the middle. And this one doesn't go far. Just 1 yard. Could have used considerably more. That's going to bring a 3rd and very long. Rattler setting to throw. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the 1st. They motion the tight end over. From the red zone now. Complete here to Bowers. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Forced out to his right.
Positive yardage is positive yardage, and he gets what he can before protecting himself and getting out of bounds. But it still leaves him a little bit short of the 1st on what looked like a broken play.
The handoff on 3rd and short. It is into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders finish up an excellent opening series. Looking to tack on the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Give now to the running back. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3, but that still leaves him with 2nd and 17.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical.
His first throw is an interception. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Raiders regain possession as he makes the 30th interception of his career. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number 1. And number 2, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
Going ground on 1st and goal. Is in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. That one right down the middle. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. He hands it off. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
From the 32. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
He's going deep this time. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Raiders are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Got a man, Bowers has it. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders parlay the interception into points. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders push their lead to 21-zip already. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play fake with Jones. He's got Harrison. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll try to attack this deficit, starting with 1st and 10. And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 31-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Jones. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That's 2. Count them 2 drives that he has put to rest now. First with the interception, and this time a critical 3rd down sack. There's just some players on the field, they sense the moment defensively, and when they get the opportunity, they make the most of it. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
At their own 24-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
An offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out. Because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive 1st down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
This will be caught by Adams. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Now Rattler. He puts everything behind this one. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Raiders can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. That one right down the middle. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running this one left. He hits the sideline, and an ill-fortunate run loses yardage.
That's why you often see some mix, some high-percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation, and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Set. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos with the football. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Go! Ready? And that play backfired. He's brought... behind the line.
To number 6. A loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Working from the gun. Here's Jones. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Rattler. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Rattler back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive.
Let's go.
All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hayward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. That one on the offense, but declined, so we will indeed head to halftime. And on to Orlando for our halftime report from Jonathan Coachman. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. And that penalty is going to go ahead and put them right back where they started. It's 1st and 10 again. Now a give left side. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. Oh, brother, it's another interception. That's the rookie out of Florida. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. The running back gets it on the draw. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Ready.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. And the next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut, hut.
Now Jones. He'll get this one to Kirk. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
He's got Watson. And this one does not go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They snap it to Murray. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it. It's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Rattler. Throwing left side, Bowers has it. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Pickup of 7 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Play action now, Murray. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On 4th down, here's Murray. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he makes the Hefs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders continue adding on to that lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They hand this one off. And he reaches the 35 before going out. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Another carry for him. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offense up to the line fast. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they're all over him again. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Murray on the play fake. Oh no, they get him yet again. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
Play action on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's go now.
Trying again following the sack. Fits it through the middle. And he's in. Touchdown. The Raiders are running them out of the building. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Omaha.
2nd and 13. This will be caught by Kirk. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason, It's just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
He's going deep. And they pick him off again. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
He rolls to his right. On the run right, throwing deep down. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception and give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago. We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Murray to throw here on 3rd. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Raiders get to it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, Kate, defenders today are taught, don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form. Making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
Completed to his running back. And they bring him down around the 34.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Calling 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
They give it to him again. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
He's got it at the 5. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll try and punch it in. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders tack on 7 more to their lead.
Broncos 3.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a toss headed right. And he's tackled for a short gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Trying to push it deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos making the scoreboard look a touch better. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Return coming from the 6. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Broncos tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
They've got first down from the 31.
Here we go, here we go. Half the 60, half the 60.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's going to be 4th and short.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Down the run right, throwing deep down the side. He's got it inside the 10. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And that makes it 2nd and goal. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Raiders throwing 6 more on the blowout. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. Well, that one might not sit so well with everybody down on the field. Heck, maybe